channel and all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money with cryptocurrency. If you like money and you like crypto, make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, guys, the chat is going wild right now. We love the support. If you could do us a favor, if you're in the chat, show us by going ahead and smashing that like button. Let's start out strong with the likes today. Strong with the likes. Guys, we got a big video for you guys today. Obviously, we are going to be talking about Bitcoin. What is going on with it? I've got two really good trades that I've made here recently, and I'm going to be showing you guys that as well. And we're going to be talking about what potentially are we looking at this week. Are we going to see a huge pump or a huge dump? Because here's the facts, guys. It's getting real out here. It is getting real. We've got big news coming on for this week that's definitely going to pump us to the moon or down to the depths. Down to the depths of the bottom of the ocean. We're going to be looking at some Bitcoin data to be determining whether or not we think the market's at the top. You guys know what I think about that. We're going to be looking at Coinbase. And let me tell you guys, I've got an interesting conspiracy theory for you guys that you're definitely going to want to see. And then we're going to talk about XRP today. XRP. Do you guys love talking about XRP?
No.
TJ does. Oh, by the way, guys, TJ got a new car.
I did.
He got a new car. Let me see if I can find it here. On the Twitters. Here it is. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about TJ's new car? It's a GTR. And are you guys happy that he got a GTR before I got a Lambo? I'm just wondering if you guys, nobody asked me my opinion of getting the GTR or, anything like that. So here it is. I'm just kidding.
I told you I was getting it.
He did. I'm happy for TJ. I'm happy for you to get this car. I really am legitimately. So that's his car. Let me know what you guys think about it. And we are on the hunt for the Lambo now because we are officially buying a new building, guys.
Yup.
Big new building. Do you guys watch our Hit Network videos? I don't know if you guys watch Hit Network. This is where you guys can see everything that's going on in real life. And you guys will find out we're just regular people. Just head on over here to Hit Network. And then you can watch the preview from the other day of our new potential office. Today, we are sending money in for it. So it's pretty much official, a done deal. We are going to be getting a new building, new studio, 30,000 square feet. It's going to be exciting.
It's going to be insane.
It's going to be insane. So make sure you guys are following us over there. And guys, as always, let's start off the show by saying thank you to all of the Bit Squad. 682,000 subscribers. We are marching up to 700K. Somebody made this little chart here on Twitter about growth right now. We actually did not have the biggest growing YouTube channel this week. We were only number 2. So we did grow 34,000 new subscribers this week. So we still are on track for getting 1 million here pretty soon. Let's see. Benny B says, congrats, TJ. That's my alt account. Yeah. GTRs are so 2010. So
a lot of people liked it. A
lot of people liked it.
Maybe not Benny B.
So guys, also make sure you're following us on Twitter. We got fun memes. We got the contest going on. We hit 205, about to hit 206K on Twitter. Let's see if we can get up to 220K this week. We grew 11,000 this last week. Let's see if we can grow 14,000 this week. Make sure you're following us there and things like that. Okay, guys, let's jump into the markets here. Market coming in 1.784 trillion. I always forget it's a trillion, not a billy. But look at this volume. Extremely low. Does that not look extremely low? Yeah. $109 billion in volume. I think that's because we're getting ready for a very interesting week. But look at this, people. 59.9%. This is the first time we've seen it below 60 in quite a while. And a lot of people are saying we are about to see an altcoin super cycle. And I think there's a lot of evidence to suggest, as we're going to look at in just a little bit, that maybe we've been looking at this wrong. Maybe we've been looking at this. Got some in my mouth. Maybe we've been looking at this like we've been waiting for these expirations from the futures contracts this week to expire. And that, when they expire, we're going to see like a pretty big downtrend in the market. But maybe that's the jump zone. Maybe that's go time. And we could be seeing that with altcoins very soon. People taking some profits out with Bitcoin. We might see some sideways action. So definitely pretty interesting stuff. Bitcoin coming in 57,233. Ethereum, golly, the thing's been between 1,700 and 1,850 for such a long time. Forever. And it feels like maybe I'm not making any more Ethereum videos. I'm tired of making Ethereum's gonna explode videos. I really am. Because at this point, with Ethereum, it's going to have to show me. It's literally going to have to show me at this point. Because every time everything's been so bullish for it, but I think the key to this could be what we're going to look at in a little bit with these futures contracts expiring this week. That could be what we've been waiting on. Looking at the top 5, we got Binance Coin pretty firmly now in the number 3 spot. Cardano slips to number 5. We got Polkadot coming up next. Look at XRP. We're going to be looking at some XRP news a little bit later. A lot of people are saying XRP is about to break out. I don't know. What's that based on? Purely the charts. Obviously, because there's not a lot of fundamental news that would be pushing it up. But then we got Uniswap, Litecoin, Chainlink, Theta about to be in the top 10.
It's crazy.
Wow. We love Theta. Big fan of Theta.
Yeah. Well, it's a huge problem, the streaming problem on the internet that somebody's going to have to solve. We were just talking about another project, too, that's trying to solve the same problem. So it'll be interesting to watch those develop.
Yeah, I ate a beef stick right before I came on air. And that beef stick is just all in my teeth right now. You guys love Slim Jims? I didn't know this. I was watching some show this weekend, and they used a beef stick as like, that's a meme food. Like a beef stick. Like, what's the worst thing you could possibly imagine eating? A beef stick? Who doesn't love a Slim Jim? Who doesn't love a Slim Jim?
Kind of like spam. Either people...
You just equated spam with a Slim Jim?
Yeah,
I'm offended.
I feel like it's one of those things people absolutely love and eat it all the time, and then there's another group of people that think, like, how is that even editable?
Yeah, I love beef. The dill pickle beef stick, the Slim Jims, so good.
Yeah, I feel like those fit in that same category.
Yeah, I love those things. But anyways, guys, we got VeChain coming in, a big gainer for the week. Biggest gainers of the week, we got Dent. God, making a comeback.
Dent to the moon.
Dent to the moon.
If there's anything that's 2018 top, it's
Dent.
Dent.
Yeah. No. Are you getting Dent confused with Dentacoin?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, Dentacoin was
the
the
dentist.
number one meme coin of 2017 and 18 for sure.
Yeah.
Dentacoin, a coin for your dentist, but you get 2 for 1 at Tooth Hurty in the afternoon. We got VeChain Thor or VThor token, which is the gas for VeChain, up 115% for the week. Wow, BitTorrent. A lot of people are saying that BitTorrent is the new Dogecoin on TikTok.
What?
So they are pumping BitTorrent on TikTok, and that is why price is going up. PoonDX, God, look at all these like old 2018 projects that are like really killing it right now. Siacoin. Then we got Harmony One. A lot of people want to know more about Harmony. Every single day, they're like asking me about it. So
I like Harmony.
yeah, that's true. And let's take a quick look here. We got 40 seconds. Let's see, how is our Phantom doing? I wonder. Check on our Phantom for our. Okay, it's up pretty good. Up 2.27% today. This is one that I'm definitely watching right now. Is Phantom. So that was a little check on that. Let's see, anything down today majorly. Let's see here. VeChain, VThor token, which is the gas token, down about 5%. VeChain, we're going to look at a little bit later, listed on potential new Coinbase coins. Definitely something we would love to see. We've been very bullish on VeChain for a long time. Nexo, Ravencoin, IOST, still over 5 cents. Man, a nickel IOST was a dream at some point, but it definitely happened. So let's move on and let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at the chart right here, what we're looking at. Price coming in $57,242. Hope you guys enjoyed our Market Cipher review we did yesterday, or interview we did with Crypto Face. We're going to be showing you guys some trades that we made here in a little bit. And oh, man, whenever I show those trades publicly, it is definitely a risk. So we'll be taking a look at that. But this is what really stood out to me this morning when I looked, was the blood diamond on the 2-hour chart here. Because it wasn't on the 1-hour chart, and it wasn't on the 3-hour chart, and it wasn't on the 4-hour chart. You know, usually when you're looking at these big signals on Market Cipher, whether it's a blood diamond like this, let me drew that a little bit too big. Let me just try to draw it a little tighter around that. The blood diamond right here, which stacked with a red X, it's a bad sign. But you didn't get that on the 1-hour chart, and you didn't get it on the 3-hour or the 4-hour chart. So just the 2-hour chart had this kind of big dumping window in it. So I saw that this morning, and I set a good stop loss on a trade that I had, and it did pretty well. Let's look at where we're at on the daily chart here. Let's see, are we on the...
Somebody in the chat calling for a $10 Phantom soon.
I mean, I'm hearing a $3 Phantom. I don't know about a $10. Hearing a $3. Looking here at the daily chart, I mean, it looks like we're still on a pretty strong uptrend here. You guys can see.
And for the new people, what does a blood diamond mean?
A blood diamond. So, okay, so on Market Cypher, just so you guys know, you guys have several different little signals here. You guys can see a little red diamond right here. Do you guys see that little red diamond? You can barely see it. But that means that it could potentially be bearish, right? But when you get this large red blood diamond, usually that means the price is dropping significantly. So now this was on the daily chart. We think that this was kind of just in reaction to the market dumping that one individual day. But when you see a blood diamond, it's generally a good sign that you should get out. I mean, if you look back here throughout the history of the 1 hour chart, if you will, look at the 1 hour chart. You guys can see pretty much when you get a blood diamond, you get a pretty big drop. You see a drop right there. And then right here, you got a blood diamond. Sometimes you see a little delay. You see a little delay and then the drop. But almost always, you're going to get a massive drop when you see these blood diamonds on Market Cypher. They're bad signals, and especially if they're accompanied by yellow X's. Yellow X's mean whale manipulation. So you can see like kind of right here on the hourly chart, you got this red blood diamond, and then you got these yellow X's. This is where people are trying to take advantage of a falling market and try to push the price down and leverage on the way down. So let's move back over here. So we looked at the daily chart. We're still really on a strong uptrend for Bitcoin on the daily chart. On the hourly chart, let's see if we can see anything here. One thing I'm looking at here on the hourly chart is, let's see, let me get a little bit bigger here. That's what she said. But okay. As you guys can see on the hourly chart, marked by these green lines right here, we're still in oversold territory with where we're at. And you know, something that's been very interesting is usually recently when we're getting these big green dots at the top on Market Cypher, they're not really confirming. So you're getting these green dots, which means a bull pattern is getting very strong. And then after that, for some reason, you're seeing downward momentum on the market. And why is that? I don't know. What does that communicate to me, though? Which is that, you know, even though the technicals are pointing up, sometimes we're still getting downward action, which would suggest that a lot of times, you know, there's some kind of manipulation going on there. So on the hourly chart, I'm not really seeing anything too strong to get in. I'm not currently in a trade, but let's look at my trades that I made yesterday. Now, if you want to trade, head on over to bitboycrypto.com/deals. Scroll down here. You can sign up for Bybit and then go to the rewards hub. You can get a deposit bonus. We're going to be talking a lot tonight about how you can make money, whether the market's going up or down, just in general. And it's not all trading, but trading is definitely one of those options. You're going to want to learn how to do that over this bull market so that when the market goes bearish, you can make money. And then we got a 5% off code with Market Cypher as well. You can sign up for that. And also, I did want to show you just real quick. If you guys ever want to send us anything, you can click on the About page, and we have our address right here for our P.O. box. If you guys ever want to send us anything. A lot of people send us some cool stuff. We got some muscle and fitness guides today. So I don't know what they're trying to say, but I'm bulking right now. So looking at my trade yesterday, so you guys know we're now doing a $100,000 to $1 million trading challenge. So I'm going to show you how we're doing on that right now. Right now we're coming in at 1.94 BTC. We are up $10,471. I'm going to move that over just a little bit so you guys can see that. Okay. So, and somebody said this, by the way. TJ, somebody yesterday in my live stream said, I heard that BitBoy's trades on his videos are fake. Guys, this is the Bybit website. We click on this and you see the numbers. I'll click on anything. You guys can see it's not a still graphic. It's the actual website. So right now in this account, since we started it on Friday, we're up $13,400 as we march to $1 million. And our daily P&L right now, we're up $4,600. Now, I have 2 green trades and I have 1 red trade. Just so everybody knows what this red trade was, this was the example trade on my Bybit tutorial video. So this one doesn't even really count. That was just starting the account, showing you guys how to trade. I executed a trade I would never execute. We lost just a little tiny hair. But so far, with our major trades, we made 0.17 BTC and then basically 0.7 BTC. So you guys can see on the chart here where we're at, doing pretty good, right on target. I think it's probably going to take us about, I'd like to do it in less than 6 weeks. But just so everybody knows, we're using a little bit different of a strategy. When we did our $10,000 to $100,000 challenge, we would be very conservative at the beginning to make sure that we had money in the account. And then as we went through it, we would get a little riskier, use higher leverage. For $100,000 to $1 million, it's a totally different strategy. We're going to be using less than 10x leverage. We're going to be using low leverage and large positions. Someone says BitBoy is a deep fake. Not true. Would not. I am real.
Only a robot can work that hard.
Sorry, I glitched. Guys. Sorry, I glitched.
You're in the Matrix.
I am in the Matrix. That is for sure. Okay, so let's look at some Bitcoin data. So, BitSquad versus F2 TLC tag team match for the custody of PIN. I like that. Jonathan Walsh. I like that. I will fight them. If they want to come fight me, I will fight them for sure.
Yeah, I have faith in the BitSquad.
Yeah, BitSquad's going to go at him. Which yesterday, by the way, we did have someone counter trading me on Twitter. It was, I mean, guys, can we just like be for real about this? Yesterday, I posted this trade. Let's see where it is. Which, by the way, do you guys like this Lambo? I'm not getting it. I'm not getting this Lambo. TJ sent me this at the dealership where he got his GTR. I like this one. Obviously, the colors I would get changed. But, guys, I'm getting the STO, period. So we're going to be on that right now. Now that we're getting a new building, I'll have a place to put it. So.
Yeah, and changing the colors on that one, as bad as they are, wouldn't really make sense. Because it is like an actual racing, had won several races, and, you know, it was like a collector kind of car.
Yeah, but I really want the STO. The STO is a race car.
Yeah.
It is a race car. But it is street legal. So yesterday I posted this trade number 1 for my $100K to $1 million challenge. And, you know, it was pretty interesting because I posted this, and then when you click on it, you guys will see that, let's see here. I had my stop loss in, my stop loss right here, $56,900. I was in profit, and so that $56,900 was going to be a profitable trade. And I swear, within 5 minutes, like you couldn't make it up. Within 5 minutes yesterday, it dropped down. Let's see, where was it? I think it was this one. Where was it? 56,900. Wherever it was, it literally flashed down exactly to my stop loss and back up. Yeah. Like literally within $15. Just, and it was 1 minute. Boop, boop. That was it. That's okay. They try to come after us, but we just keep winning. Like you can't stop me. You can't stop me. So thought that was pretty interesting. So listen, but I do want to say this. I know a lot of you guys, you like these challenges and they're fun. And a lot of you like to do what we do, even though we tell you, you're not financial advice, don't make our trades. Keep in mind, like we're playing a higher dimensional level of trading chess than is normally required to make money. Because if I'm showing trades, people are coming after me. They're going to try to stop me out. That's what they do. So I just got a message for them. Come the F at me. So we just keep winning. So let's look at this Bitcoin data here. You know, I'll move on down to the next thing on the list here. This is our chart we get every day from Exablock. Let's get that on the website today, wherever Mr. Elron is.
Yeah, he's in here.
Okay, Mr. Elron, let's make sure to get this on today so people can sign up and get 10% off. So you just go to Exablock. It's EXXA block.com. Then you sign up, use the code BitBoy, and you can get 10% off of that. So looking at the different charts here, the one we really want to focus on is obviously this one. I mean, look at this thing, guys. Jeez. These are the open interest options. This is when all of the futures expire this week on Friday. So we're going to take a little more in-depth look at that. So we're not going to cover too much on that. But one thing I did want to show you is when you look at the, when you look at the ETH USD futures forward curve for Ethereum, look how steep that thing is. That's insane right there. And is the CME on there on that one? I'm not sure why. They did have the CME on this for the longest time. I don't know why it's not on there today. But looking at the Bitcoin price, some other stuff we can look at from this daily report is where do we have our really strong, lines of support and resistance. You guys see the volume at the different prices. That's how you know that's a very strong point. Right now, we've got a really strong support line at $56,000. We got another really, one that it keeps hovering around $57,000. I feel like Bitcoin can't decide at 57,000 support or resistance right now. So that's what we got going on with that. We're going to look more at the options here in a second. But I did want to show you guys some different top indicators, if you will, to kind of just give you guys a little reassurance. We're not at the top of the market. There's nothing to think that we're at the top of the market. You guys know the Newpol, whenever we get up here in the blue area, that's bad. This over here, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014 right here. And then over here, we got 2017, 2019, where we had the one little bump in the middle, and then where we're at right now in 2021. So if we look in at the last 3 months of this, we'll see where we're at. We've actually had some downward momentum, which is very interesting because right here when we went to 61,000, felt like we were getting close again. And then all of a sudden what happened? The price dropped. Well, now we're sitting at $57,500 and it's not even close to the line. So you do have to remember when we talk about a healthy market corrections, these are the type of things that we talk about. Then we have here, which is the Bitcoin stock to flow deflection. Whenever it's in the red, that means we're in trouble. If we zoom in on this one over the last 3 months, you guys will see once again, we hit the line. This is a good line to trade right here. We hit the line and then it dropped back down. So in this regard, we're totally fine. Let's check on over here and look at the Bitcoin MVRV Z-score. This is one that we have not looked at before. This is used to assess, and of course, as always, thank you to Glassnode for hooking us up with this account. It says the MVRV Z-score, it's a lot of letters, is used to assess when Bitcoin is undervalued relative to its fair value. When market value is significantly higher than realized value, it has historically indicated a market top in the red zone, while the opposite has indicated market bottoms. Technically, MVRV Z-score is defined as a ratio between the difference of market cap and the realized cap and the standard deviation of market cap. So we haven't looked at this one before, but it's very easy to see the red zone in the middle. And when it gets in that red zone, if you notice, most of the time it pushes on through to the top because you look how high above the red zone this chart goes, and right now we're not even close. We're not even close. Like, this is where you really have to open your eyes on where we're at. There are a lot of people who are saying, and I feel like we battle this every week, a lot of people are saying we're at the top of the market. I mean, TJ, have you heard a lot of this discussion going on?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We are constantly hearing, like, this is it. It's different this time. I love when people say, it's different this time. It's been the same every time. We are not near the top of the market. This would definitely seem to indicate it. There's more. We also have the Puel multiple, which we've been looking at. Once again, it always goes very high in this red range. Look, we haven't even touched the red range. Talked about this chart last week. Then we look at the Bitcoin reserve risk. Not even close to the red zone. 5 indicators in a row we've looked at. These are the top 5 market top indicators on Glassnode. Not 1 out of 5 of them is in a danger zone. Not one. So, take that for what it's worth. But let's take a look at that Pi top indicator. This is what we looked at last week that was a little concerning because this was one that did seem to indicate we could be near the top of the market. And I tell you what's really interesting. If you come back here and you look at 2013, 2014, where we did have 2 very specific market cycles within one bull cycle, you did get the cross. So just because you get the death cross, traditionally, that doesn't even mean that the bull market as a whole is over. You could go into a little bit of a bear winter in the middle of it. But what I want to look at here is where we're at right now. When these lines cross, we usually have a bear market. And you guys can see they are extremely close right now. Woo! That thing's within $1,000 from each other. So that's the 111-day moving average and the 350-day moving average. So if you're looking for something bearish, which by the way, tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have a video for you guys on how to make money in a bear market when it comes, because it will come. We don't think it's coming soon, but it will come. But I think that this is going to either end up getting disqualified, but here's the truth, guys. I mean, look, it has not crossed. The lines have not crossed. They've gotten extremely close, but they have not crossed yet. So once they do cross, we will be having to take a look on that. Okay, so let's move on to this Bitcoin decision week. Bitcoin is braced for a huge $6 billion price earthquake this week. Bitcoin has climbed through March after its huge early 2021 rally came off the boil in February. I mean, has it really came off the boil? Because in February, didn't it get to 42,000, and now where are we at? Didn't it touch 62,000? The Bitcoin price has returned to near its all-time high of just over $60,000 per coin, settling just under the psychological level. Does all this mean, this is from Raymond Johnson, or Johansson, does all this mean we're actually in an accumulation zone between 56 and 58K? I think so.
Yeah, feels like it.
It does. Because we see the numbers in our trading. Obviously, you guys know at Bybit, we have referrals, and so we can see a lot of the trading volume for our referrals on our, for people that have signed up through us, which if you want to do that, bitboycrypto.com/deals. You can even become an affiliate yourself if you'd like to do that. But the thing is we've seen it over the last few days. The trading volume has gone down tremendously, which reflected here on coinmarketcap.com. I mean, this is very low for the size of this market, 109 billion out of $1.78 trillion. And so what we've seen is it feels like what happens is as that these big institutions and, a lot of the big money that's coming in. Oh, guys, also make sure to smash the like button. If you guys like these live streams, do us a favor, smash the like button. That allows more people to see these videos. But what we've seen is people have been bored this weekend. People were very bored by the price of Bitcoin over the last 3 days. That's why people are not trading. It seems like the big money tries to lull us to sleep. And there was a story that we're not covering today that shows the difference between wallets under 100 Bitcoin and over 100 Bitcoin. That basically what's happening is the biggest money, like with over 10,000 Bitcoin, they are creating more wallets right now. Whereas the people around 100 Bitcoin right now are creating less wallets. And you know what? I saw that chart, but a story about that, but let's actually look at this, because this is something that it was very worrisome last week. It's still continuing to drop. So I don't know how they got that number. The wallets with over 1,000 still is dropping, but I did read a story about how the biggest wallets are actually back on an uptick. So something we definitely need to look at. But this is what these people are doing, these accumulations. So they're pushing the price down. They're trying to get you bored. The smart money is buying right now, and the retail investor is selling because they're getting nervous about where we're at. Even though all the indicators do not show we're near top. Why is there all this talk about market tops? Psychology. Think about it, guys. I'm going to let you guys figure that answer out. I'm not even going to tell it to you. But it says, with Bitcoin traders and investors searching for signs of what might move the market, a record near $6 billion worth of Bitcoin options are set to expire this Friday. This is, of course, this chart right here that we've been looking at. We look at it quite a bit. We've been dreading this day for a while.
Yeah.
Now, here's what's interesting. Exablock says, they told me we were looking at this stuff today. They feel like, it kind of all the numbers right now favor the bears. But this article is saying, Bitcoin options contracts allowing investors to buy or sell the cryptocurrency at a specified price within a set time period worth around 100,000 Bitcoin or almost $6 billion. Today's price will expire on Friday. The expiry data suggests a bullish outlook. Have we been looking at this wrong? Is this actually going to be the jump point for the next phase of this bull run? Very potentially, could be. Trading data shows that speculators are feeling upbeat about Bitcoin ahead of the record expiration. I hate that word expiry. Mm-hmm. Who uses that word? Y'all use the word expiry? Maybe if I'm sweaty. Sorry. There's currently more open interest in call options. There's a higher open interest built up on puts than on calls as option riders remain more comfortable selling the downside than riding the upside. Says Elon Musk, the billionaire, now spoken Bitcoin supporter, we'll look at this more in a little bit, set the Bitcoin market ahead. And you just got to wonder how much of the last run-up we had really came down to, in February, Tesla buying Bitcoin. I mean, that seemed to push things in a very interesting direction. And you got to wonder, we're going to look at a story in a minute about Tesla, or not Tesla, about SpaceX possibly buying Bitcoin, what that could be. So this is a chart that kind of shows the difference between the puts and the calls and things like that. So just something you guys need to watch is this Friday. It is going to be fireworks. We are going to have fireworks. Could be some of the best opportunities for us to get into some really good trades, based on that.
Well, and then another thing interesting to keep in mind, too, is, those charts. We don't have it with us on now, the chart that shows the month over month. February is usually pretty good. March is usually, traditionally, no matter where we are in the cycle, a bad month for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. April and May, traditionally, are usually banner months for both.
Yeah, they're the best months.
Yeah.
Outside of November, April and May are pretty much the best months for Bitcoin all the way around. So, but here's a very interesting conspiracy. And, when I was reading this article this morning, and I was thinking about this, and you really look at how the value of Coinbase is based on the value of Bitcoin. And what do they have coming up very soon? Their public offering. What kind of press do you think Coinbase is going to want for themselves? Now, look, we love Coinbase. I love Brian Armstrong. He is not related to me. We are not related. Maybe somehow. Brian, have your cousins call my people. We do have the same last name, but we're not related in any way that I know of. And I think that Coinbase is a good company. We like Coinbase. I support Coinbase. I use Coinbase. But they've done a lot of sketchy stuff over the years. I don't think anybody's going to say it. They just got in trouble. Somebody said thoughts on Zilliqa and Theta. Like both of them. More bullish on Theta than Zilliqa, but we do like both. I think that now I lost my train of thought, TJ.
Sorry.
You lost me.
Coinbase has done some sketchy stuff, but
They just got in trouble for wash trading. They just got fined by the SEC or the CFTC for wash trading.
$6 million, which is a joke, by the way.
I know, yeah. Slap on the wrist, which we know that's what happens in these, crony circles. $6 million. And you never moved to the next thing, by the way. TJ, you got to step up. This is going to be a 7-hour stream because we're going to be stuck on one topic for 74 minutes. But the fact is that we know they've done a lot of sketchy stuff. If you guys don't think that Coinbase and Binance, and I'm not saying anything bad about these people, but they can have these prices go where they want. I mean, that's facts. You guys can look.
They've got some really strong incentives. We'll leave it that way.
They have very strong incentives, and they have very big money. Who are the whales? Who do you think the biggest whales in crypto are?
Right.
Coinbase. Hello. XRP. Hello. Or Ripple. All the big Binance. That's where a lot of big money is. So a lot of these early investors are very rewarded. And when you have a lot of money, you can move the markets. We saw Bank of America said $93 million it takes to move the market 1%. How much money do you think Coinbase got? A lot more than that. Yeah. How much money do you think they got off the books? Yeah. Now you start thinking here, okay? So what could happen to the price of Bitcoin as Coinbase goes public? According to Bloomberg, shares in Coinbase traded between $350 and $375 based on a recent private NASDAQ auction, indicating a pre-IPO company value of up to $100 billion, which, by the way, $1 billion worth of revenue per year, $100 billion, valuation. So check this out. How Bitcoin has grown Coinbase. When you look at this chart here, you see that the Coinbase volume is the top side. The bottom side is the trading volume. And what you realize is, this is from quarter 1 of 2018 when the price dropped. And as you start moving over, you realize, and this will shock you guys, the higher the price of Bitcoin goes, the more people trade. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Shocking.
Who would have thought that in a bull market, people would be excited and want to trade Bitcoin? But it brings up the question, what is Coinbase's motivation here to get the price of Bitcoin going on the upswing around the time that they're launching this IPO? What kind of press do you think it's going to be for Coinbase if Coinbase launches this IPO and then the price of Bitcoin plummets? As the final quarter of 2020 brought with it new all-time highs for the world's first cryptocurrency, trading volume on the exchange nearly doubled, bolstered by an unprecedented level of institutional traders. It appears that Coinbase's decision to go for a direct listing rather than through investment bank underwriting has been made as a subtle nod to the company's long-standing slogan from 2013. That's back when you would hit the live support and you could actually talk to Brian Armstrong. Welcome to the future of money. That's their slogan, while justifying its status as a people's exchange. In taking up, it reminds me of Robin Hood. In taking up the direct listing approach, Coinbase has the ability to welcome a greater level of liquidity while also utilizing a level of transparency that can result in a more natural way for the stock market to settle on a share price for the company. So guys, this is where we get into what I think is some of the really interesting stuff. Contrary to what some market commentators, different than an unusual tater, had anticipated, Coinbase opted for a direct listing rather than launching an initial public offering. In the past, a direct listing would have meant that a company could only float its existing shares, whereas an IPO enables the creation of brand new shares. Although the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has recently lifted such restrictions, Coinbase decided against the notion of creating new shares for the offering, meaning that it wouldn't dilute its existing equity. The direct listing will also mean the exchange will get to avoid some of the costly requirements associated with an IPO, including the use of services like underwriters. Significantly, Coinbase likely sees direct listing as an opportunity for anyone to buy and trade shares in the community, potentially paving the way for brand new investors to enter the world of cryptocurrencies for the first time. Welcome to the world of cryptocurrencies, guys. Hey, big media buzz, our IPO. Come trade on Coinbase. Come see what we're doing. Guys, I am starting to believe that it's very possible that Coinbase themselves have played a role somehow. Now, I don't know who it is at Coinbase. I'm not making accusations here. What is the motivation for Coinbase to see the price of Bitcoin surge before they go public?
Not much.
Not much. But what happens when they go public and the price of Bitcoin hits $100,000?
Moon time.
Yeah, moon time.
For everybody.
Starts to make a little bit of sense when we're seeing some of this weird price fluctuations, when we're getting bullish indicators on the technicals. You guys hear, how many times have you guys heard this from TA guys over the last couple of weeks? Over the last couple of months. As soon as it gets above $50,000, it's going straight to 60. As soon as it gets over 60, it's going straight to 70, or it's going straight to 85. Look at my TA, exactly as I predicted. But it doesn't go exactly as I predicted, right? We say, oh, here's the target, but then it doesn't get there. Why? Why, when the technicals are screaming that it's going to blow through these tops, that it doesn't? It gets just a little bit of resistance every time. And then what happens? It pushes it down below that psychological level. If you look at the history of Bitcoin, we should not be bumping into every psychological normal price point in your brain, right? 50K shouldn't always act as resistance. 50K is pretty strong, okay? 60K, 40K. Every $10,000 should not be this gigantic psychological move, and yet it is. So why is that? Start doing a little 2 and 2, you start really figuring it out. And also, guys, speaking of that, Coinbase exploring support for 43 altcoins after addition of Cardano. They've got these 10 are ones that they're really looking at. They're kind of on phase 2. We got Aragon, Arweave, Digibyte, Horizon, Lightpeer, Keep Network, Origin Protocol, Render Token, Siacoin, and VeChain. Big news for VeChain people. Lightpeer one, keep your eye on that one.
Yeah.
Then they've got more, just kind of looking at some of the ones that are, that you guys probably know. Ampleforth, but then check this one out, Audius. This is a big one that, I don't know what that says. Audius was one that Tokenmetrics was talking about a lot last night. So definitely pay attention to that one. BitTorrent, Elron, look at that, Elron. Wow, that's good. And then Neo, Ontology, Luna, and Tron, VeChain. They're ones that they're looking at. So very interesting stuff. Okay, so let's move on here. Guys, we got some very interesting news. You can go ahead and move to the, yeah, there you go. Bitcoin now too important to ignore, says Deutsche Bank. I wonder why. But just, you hover down the story and it says, Anthony Scaramucci says SpaceX owns Bitcoin on its balance sheet. So who is Anthony Scaramucci? Well, if you didn't know, he was Donald Trump's press secretary for about a week. And then he said like a bunch of crazy stuff. This guy's nuts. There's no question about it. This guy is insane. Now, granted, I'm also insane. People would say the same thing about me, and they would also be correct. I would not deny it. But Anthony Scaramucci is a leader of Skybridge Capital. It's a big investment fund, right? So we've kind of talked about this a little bit. They have filed for a Bitcoin ETF. Electronically traded fund is what it means, or exchange traded fund, excuse me. It's a way to basically have a more stable way to trade Bitcoin. We know that there's many that are doing this already. Van Eck, the biggest one, New York Dig, said there's a huge announcement coming this week. That's interesting. Forgot about that. I don't know when that's happening. Valkyrie, Wisdom Tree. These are all ones that are trying to get the first Bitcoin ETF in America done. But Anthony Scaramucci, the ETF is not really the focus of this story here, because I just kind of want to lay out who he is. This is not a guy who just, well, he does run off at the mouth a good bit, but this is not a guy that talks a lot about stuff he doesn't know. He like I say, he doesn't have a filter. But you got to keep in mind, right now he's trying to get an ETF. You got to know he's not out there trying to price manipulate. Well, listen to what he says here. SpaceX has Bitcoin on its balance sheet. What was the number one biggest thing that moved the market this year? Over the last several years? Tesla. Go ahead, TJ.
Well, I was going to say the halving, but...
Well, yeah. Yeah, TJ, that happened, yeah, obviously. But the biggest single price move of the year came from Tesla announcing they had bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Yeah. And the rumor is that possibly SpaceX could have had Bitcoin on their balance sheet, but here's the difference. SpaceX is not a publicly traded company like Tesla, so they do not have to expose 100% of what they own. But it looks like Anthony Scaramucci has done that for them. Skybridge Capital founder Anthony Scaramucci has dropped a bombshell on Twitter, claiming that Elon Musk's aerospace manufacturer, SpaceX, now owns Bitcoin on its balance sheet. Elon Musk didn't stop with Tesla. I understand that SpaceX owns Bitcoin on its balance sheet. Scaramucci claims that the second richest person on the planet, I think it's paid currency, not currently, currently has $5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which includes his personal holdings. So, guys, what do you think about this? We do have, by the way, somebody says, Brendan says, Ecomi, you guys know we love them, their Uniswap launch has been pushed back, according to their website. Okay, very interesting. I didn't even know that Uniswap launch was coming. I didn't think I knew that. Maybe I did. But actually today at 2, we have a tutorial on how to use Uniswap or decentralized exchanges. We're going to use BitSwap to show you guys how to use MetaMask, because a lot of you guys have been asking about how to buy a lot of these coins. So we will be showing you guys that. But guys, this line right here is very important, okay? Because I want you to think about this. That was terrible. Yeah. That was really terrible. Can I undo that?
Refresh, maybe?
And change the color. There we go. Oh,
still not great.
Still bad. Let me see.
There we go.
There we go. Wow, when you click on it, it gets darker. How about that? Okay, this is why it's important. The biggest single move of the year, Bitcoin went from, this was the night of the Super Bowl, if you remember correctly, because I was at the Super Bowl, took my kids to the Super Bowl, fun time. And then I go to bed, and the price of Bitcoin, I think I had just been liquidated, if I remember correctly. Or no, maybe I'd been liquidated the night before. But I went to bed, and I woke up, and on that Monday morning, I looked at the price of Bitcoin on Bybit, and I was like, what? What? It went to where? Because I think it was around $34,000. It shot up to $44,000. Is that right? Does that sound right, TJ?
Sounds right.
Let's see. Let's go look on that. That would have been... It was this day right here, I think. No, it was this day. The price, it was February 8th, I think. Went up 25% in a day. 25% in a day. So that was based off of what? A $1.5 billion Tesla Bitcoin buy. Scaramucci is saying here that, if I can find the story, he has $5 billion worth. What kind of price bump do you think we could see if it gets exposed that SpaceX and Elon Musk personally own more than Tesla does? That's going to be unbelievable. That could be a catalyst event we see price shoot way up.
But it is logical. I mean, it makes sense. Like
Yeah.
if you had two companies and you really wanted exposure to Bitcoin and you could buy with this one that you have to disclose everything and this one you don't, you know, if it was me, I'd probably buy the larger portion on the one that I don't have to disclose.
IRS confirmed.
Yeah.
Thank you, TJ, for that, for the logic. You guys heard it here first. If TJ would love to keep it all off the books. Okay. I'm just kidding, guys. We keep everything on the books.
Yeah, that's not what
sure.
I meant. I mean, obviously it would be on the books, but
Logically, if you could keep it off the books, keep it off the books.
well,
right?
keep it out of the public eye.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like just do
Well,
it.
but why would you want to do that if you know that you have the power to make the price of your investment go up like that? Like, what would be the like if you saw what happened when you exposed how much you owned, the
Right.
price went way up. Why wouldn't you feel like, okay, I'm going to be more transparent, and not only am I going to be transparent, but the price would go up too? I mean, you're the richest man in the world.
Yeah,
You know?
maybe timing is everything in the sense that, you know, like they can come out later and give the price boost when it needs a little bit more steam. Maybe it's running out of momentum, and then they come out and make that announcement. But also, just logically as a business entity as well, SpaceX, you know, is going to be needing to use digital currencies to transact between here and space and all the stuff that they want to do in the future. So I think it makes more sense even than Tesla. I mean, it makes sense for both companies to have.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking back to our Michael Saylor interview.
Yeah.
What was he talking about a lot in that interview? Did you watch it? Oh, you were.
Yeah, I
listening
was
to it
in
then.
there.
I'll let you guys know, TJ's always in the background.
Yeah.
Which I thought a guy at the gym recognized me from my Graham Stephan interview, and I thought he was going to be like, oh, you were the guy that was in the background. But he didn't say that to you.
No, he just said nice shirt.
Yeah, he did say nice shirt.
He talked about Bitcoin being the apex predator. He did
Yep.
talk about space.
He talked a lot about space.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again, he was talking about Mars.
Right.
Right? Like when we're on Mars and we're on, I wonder if that was like a little, you know, having a little fun with everybody in crypto, like going to come out later. Tesla or SpaceX owns a bunch. He's making all these Mars references. Who loves Mars? Elon Musk. I don't know. It seems like I'm starting to think there was probably some, because who got Elon Musk into Bitcoin?
I'm not sure.
Michael Saylor.
Did he?
I mean, yeah, and that's the
on
conversation they had.
Basically on Twitter, right?
Yeah, and then they went and met in person, and or I guess it was in person. I don't know if it was on Zoom or maybe like face to face. I would assume face to face.
Well, I guess somebody at Tesla was at his summit, I would assume.
Exactly, a bunch of people from exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like during that time when there was all that synergy between Michael Saylor and Elon Musk, and they were talking about doing the conference in January or early February with all the Fortune 500 or Fortune 1500, whatever it was, people that were going to be there. A lot of synergy between those two guys. I think a lot of stuff is going on behind the scenes. Just get Elon on the show.
Yeah.
We'll get shortened words there. Just say, get Elon on the show.
Stanley, if you could call him for us and let him
call
know, we'd definitely have him on the show.
Yeah, we would love to have Elon Musk on the show for sure. So, all right, let's move on. Let's look at the price of Ethereum. Wow. Guys, I'm so tired of this thing.
2,500 by Valentine's Day.
No, don't say that, TJ. Why would you say that? Somebody said Theta's going to 2,500 by Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that was good. I saw that.
Well, I mean, ultimately, guys, this is kind of where I'm at with all this. Do I still believe in Ethereum 100%? Yeah. I definitely do. I'm tired. I'm beaten down by this. I really am beaten down by this for a long period of time here, because it's just one of these things where I've been in this business long enough to know what's happening, and I can talk about it over and over and over again. But until the price actually starts making some bullish movement, and somebody showed me a chart, or I saw it on Twitter, I think, that was basically talking about the price of Ethereum, how at the beginning of February, Ethereum broke up out of its channel, and that's when we were making those predictions about when it was going to hit. It was right on pace to hit 2,500. It touched off 2,000, got crushed, but it broke up out of that channel, and then it broke back down to the lower channel. And it's like, it's so obvious when that happens because there's so much excitement. Guys, if we put out an Ethereum video, it gets more views than any other video we do. Every time, consistently. Doesn't matter what it's about Ethereum, people are still so interested in it. So how is there all this excitement, all this interest, and yet the price is just not budging? Like you see Binance Chain, you see Cardano, you see Polkadot, see these things going, hitting new all-time highs all the time. And now you got Ethereum, it just ain't moving, and it continues not to move. And what is the narrative about that? I want you guys to think about this. What is the narrative? The narrative is this. Oh, the gas fees. Gas fees. Ethereum's going away. It's not going to last. It's not going to work. Obviously, in 10 years, nobody's going to be talking about Ethereum. Why do you think that's a narrative? Why do you think that's what people are pushing? And when retail investors come into this space and they see Ethereum going up, and then they see the price during getting crushed, and they see all these other projects that are doing really well, Cardano. I know so many people that have sold all their Ethereum for Cardano. It's worked out well for them, so good for you. We haven't sold any of our Ethereum. But the fact is that these narratives are getting pushed, and they want you to think something that's asinine, ASA 10, ASA 11, okay? They want you to think something that's just not true. These gas fees are not holding back the price of Ethereum. And I know very smart people that believe that they are. I do not believe it at all. When we looked last week at the institutional futures curve and how steep it is for Ethereum, showing that the demand is there. We looked at MeToo, MEITU, that is a Chinese company, I believe it is, that just bought a ton of Ethereum. They're trying to be like the micro strategy for Ethereum. There's a lot. I told you guys the narrative of Ethereum is changing. It's turning into another investment vehicle for a lot of these top projects. Now, who shot that down? Who said that that's not true? What does that say?
It says, please check a certain coin as a Matic competitor.
Is that $750?
I think it is. Thanks for the super chat.
Oh, I think that's the biggest super chat we ever got.
Purple
Nurple?
It's not Nurple, but
why is it not Purple Nurple? Like NYRPPLE. So you just check out that Polygon or Matic competitor it is?
Yeah.
There were several people that saying we had ignored that. I didn't see it at the top.
I didn't see it. I went back up to look for it.
Well, good job. We found it.
And now I just realized you can click that, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you can click that up there. Okay, so that's good. We learned how to make the show better. But here's the point here, guys. Going back to all this. The Ethereum trading volume is lower than it's ever been. Like I said, we see the numbers on our Bybit account. We know how much people are trading and what they're trading. Not individuals. We don't know what you're trading individually. But collectively, there's never been less people trading Ethereum. This is exactly what these people want. And I really think that what we're going to see is after these futures expire, we're going to see some fireworks. We're going to have to. But I can't just keep coming out and making these Ethereum videos and say the price is going to the moon when why? It kind of discredits us. Yeah. It makes us look dumb. But the fact is it's going to. And I believe it 100%. And I won't budge on that. There's no way Ethereum's under $10,000 by the end of this year. Yeah. Well, I mean, we might be back in a bear market by the end of the year, but there's no way by the end of this year it doesn't touch $10,000 at some point. There's no way. There's just no way.
Another interesting thing that happened was those futures contracts on Ethereum launched in February. And if you remember, we were talking about that in February. We weren't sure exactly how much that was going to impact things, but it has become another tool that makes it easier for institutional money to hold the price at a point where they want to accumulate it. So that, I'm pretty sure, is also what's happening right now.
And the thing about it is that if you look back at the futures, the CME futures on Bitcoin in 2017, and what happened with it was the very top of the market is when the CME futures launched for Bitcoin. And there was a lot of talk there about the institutional rope that goes around and pulled the price of Bitcoin back. No, that didn't happen. Listen, that did not happen. What everybody says, the narrative that occurred then was that the futures contracts came in, and they pressed the price down so all the institutional investors could get in, blah, 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 blah. I believed it. Hook, line, and sinker back then. It's not true. It was just a normal Bitcoin cycle. Literally the normal Bitcoin cycle. They just came in at the very top of the market. And then Bitcoin did after that the exact same thing it did in the previous bear market, right? 85% drop. Had nothing to do with the institutional money coming in. So the narrative that the institutional money just came into Ethereum, and it's going to push the price down, and it's going to keep it down for years and years and years. Guess what, guys? The institutions like making money too. They just want to get it out of your hand and into their hand first.
Exactly.
These people know this 4-year Bitcoin cycle. They know we're in this bull run. They know they're not going to be able to keep the price of Ethereum pressed down during the entire bull run. That will actually probably kill it for the future. especially with all the fundamental stuff going on behind the scenes with the network. So because of that, when it pops, it's going to pop very hard, but they're trying to get you to sell. And I will not give up on this. I will not stop saying this to you, because at some point during this bull run, this is going to bear out to be true. And how we look like idiots are saying $2,500 by Valentine's Day, by the end of this year, we're going to look like geniuses, and you can mark that down. 100%. Clip that. Clip it. Clip it, remind me tweets. Amir says, best channel ever, thoughts on Chili's price action. Well, I really liked it when they had the, I think it was 2 for $10 meal. I really enjoyed that.
They change their menu all the time.
They change their menu more than anybody.
Too much.
I used to love Chili's, but they changed their barbecue sauce. I love the Shiner Bach barbecue sauce. Then they had the Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. A lot of great barbecue sauces, so we're big fans of Chili's.
Yeah, so. The NFT project's fun too.
Oh, yeah, NFT. There's an NFT project called Chili's? Wonder where. Just kidding, Amir. Yeah, we like Chili's. I would say Chili's got a good shot to be one of the top projects if they can secure one of those NFL contracts. Mr. Elron in the back, he loves him some Chili's.
Yeah, he does.
He's back there eating a baby back right now. But yeah, we think Chili's going to be good. And I will say this. I will always tell people, wait for corrections. Like, there's no way that Chili's is going to go up forever. There's some way there's going to be a correction. And it's better, even if you get it at a higher price now, it's still better than to get it on a bounce down, because that means it'll bounce back up. But I think Chili's has potential to keep running for a long time. So somebody says, best crypto channel. I love when y'all say that. I don't know anything about Drep. Drep.
Me either.
I used to have Drep a lot when I was a kid. I got my tonsils out. Yeah, we don't check out. Somebody said check out Moonswap.
Oh, gosh.
I got destroyed on Moonswap. Okay, E2.0 Rush. And guys, we got big news on Ethereum right now, okay? ETH supply on exchanges hits 28-month low. Once again, think about this, guys. Think about this. Ethereum price not doing anything. Supply at all-time low. 28-month low for Ethereum. The supply of Ethereum on major cryptocurrency exchanges hits a 20-month low as demand soars. The supply shortage comes amid a campaign of hoarding, exactly everything I just told you, and high volume purchasing from both miners and institutional investors. Well, I'll be danged. God, I've already made enemies out of the miners. Do I need to make enemies out of the institutional investors too? You think?
Sure. Why not?
Nah, I feel like we actually need them.
I feel the other way around. I don't mind taking a shot at the institutions, leave the miners alone, versus taking shots at the miners and leaving the institutions
I don't think the institutions are going to counter trade us.
No, I don't think so.
The miners are going away, though. Now, you're sensitive about miners because you are an Ethereum miner in the basement.
Yeah.
He is. Shortages of other cryptocurrencies on exchanges may indicate the market is expecting further gains. According to data from cryptocurrency analyst Santiment, God, we love Santiment. Why are we not using that?
Yeah.
The ratio of Ethereum supply on exchanges is at the 20-month low, and this right here shows it. So here's a chart. Let's click on the tweet. You guys, make sure you're following us on Twitter as always.
And also, if you're watching and
follow
not,
Santiment.
If you're watching and not subscribed to the channel, please, if you could subscribe, that makes it easier for us to give away that 1 Bitcoin.
Exactly. Smash the like button for us while you're at it. Let's try to get, guys, I don't want these guys to start catching up to us, right? We gained 37,000 or 34,000. 2 other YouTubers gained 37,000. What happened, guys? All you got to do, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
We want to give away the Bitcoin for anybody else. None of these other guys are going to give away full Bitcoin when they hit 1 million. Yeah. If they hit 1 million, we will hit 1 million. Ethereum's ratio of token supply on exchanges is now sitting at a 28-month low. We generally look for relative drops in exchange supply compared to previous months, an indication of safety from major isolated sell-offs. And you guys can see here a huge drop. Look at the huge drop. It looks like it's since 2021 started.
Wow.
Look how big of a drop that is. That's the biggest, that is the steepest drop, it looks like, since they started tracking this.
Where's that point? What's the date there where it all spiked up on the back of it?
Oh, on the back of it?
Yeah, where's that? That's 2018?
Yeah, that's 2018. That is, it looks like October of 2018.
Interesting.
I wish I could see it a little. Oh, we can't. Yeah. It looks like November of 2018. So what happened there? Huh. What was that?
I don't know.
November of 2018, that was when the hash wars mining stuff.
Interesting.
Maybe some mining things going on. I would say maybe a new exchange popped up at that time. I don't know who it would have been. Definitely not Beaksy. who the f uses Beaksy? Oh God! Every Twitter influencer in the world was pushing that Beaksy. That thing didn't work out too well, did it? We didn't, by the way. But
the good old days.
I did make a little video, a little review on it. But yeah, those are the good old days, the DGen days. Okay, guys. So there's more here. So Ethereum developers to discuss speeding up the merger. So guys, they understand. We did start the 100K challenge, guys. Somebody asked when we're going to start it. Oh, good. The price dropped. I mean, no offense to your bags, everybody, but I'm looking for another good entry on Bitcoin right now. So looks like now on the hourly chart, we have now started to drop down. So we could be heading back down to somewhere in the $56,000 range. I'm going to try to get me another entry around that if I can. So, but we did start that challenge, guys. Here's our Bybit challenge. You guys see we made 3 trades. The first one why did I use
the new account?
The new account for the example trade. So it was a little tiny baby red. But it was just for example purposes. But these are our 2 trades so far. We made 0.17. Here's our entries, 56,000, and then that's our stop. And then our entry price there, and then that exit price. You guys can see we've done pretty well. Right now, we're up $13,000 in our $100,000 to $1 million challenge. You guys can sign up for Bybit and follow along with us by visiting bitboycrypto.com/deals and then scrolling down to the Bybit section. So, okay, back to this Ethereum story, though. I want to get to this. Ethereum knows that they're on a time crunch. They literally cannot wait until 2023 to put this out. So what they're actually looking at doing is they're trying to speed up the merger from proof of work to proof of stake, which would totally discount the miners. The miners would basically be dead at that point, which, oh, sorry. Shanghai is the name of the fork that allows the fee market upgrade. So that's weird. Why is the upgrade called London, but the fork called Shanghai? That's weird. So it says there have been some suggestions. The long and the short of what they're trying to do now is they're trying to get this done. They're trying to do this merger now. They're talking about doing the merger immediately after the London upgrade instead of waiting until October, which would be like phase 1 or something like that, I think. I get the phases confused. But the point is they're trying to speed this up tremendously. One of the things that the miners were looking to do was EIP 3368. This was the Ethereum proposal by Michael Carter, aka Bitsby Trippin. He seems like a nice guy, seems like a really nice guy. I could never watch mining content if my life depended on it, and I tried it. But what he was trying to do is offset EIP 1559, which gets rid of the gas fees, or doesn't get rid of gas fees. It causes the base fee to get sent to the Ethereum Foundation to get burnt, meaning the Ethereum miners aren't getting the biggest rewards. They want to increase the block rewards with this EIP 3368 to 3, and then every quarter it would drop 0.25 till it got all the way down to down to 1 Ethereum per block. But you guys know we talked about this last week. Here's the big but here. Basically, let's see where it says here in here. During the call, Vitalik. Okay, here it is. Other proposals were discussed during the call, and most have been postponed for public later introduction. So they're not doing it. The EIP 3368, for all intents and purposes, got rejected. Now, it's not officially rejected, but basically what they said is, nah, we just ain't going to do this right now. Does that feel like, this thing feels a little centralized right now, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Feels a little centralized, but, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I favor any moves towards the speculators away from the miners because I ain't got no mining equipment. But, you know, it's just definitely something to look at here, guys. Is Ethereum is understanding the time crunch they're on. They've got to move it forward. And I think what we're seeing is, guys, I will say it like this. It feels a little centralized, and I agree it does. But I think the Ethereum Foundation realizes if they do not do what they have to do right now, they are going to be in serious danger if they have to wait years to get things fixed. So I think that we are going to see Ethereum push hard to get things, you know, to a new level. And I'm excited about it for my money purposes. So also, of course, we love decentralization. And, you know, it feels a little weird, all these decisions, how they're made when you've got so many of these miners that don't want it. But I don't care about the miners. So sorry, guys. Okay, Charles Hoskinson says Cardano will facilitate one of the greatest wealth transfers in history. Here's how. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson says the 5th largest crypto asset is poised to be at the center of one of the greatest wealth transfers in history. How many times have you heard this phrase in crypto?
Yeah, they love that phrase.
They love it. I love saying it. It's great for video. It's great content.
Feels good.
The greatest wealth transfer in history. All of the money coming to BitBoy. I love it. And you too. You too, BitSquad. You too. Okay, I'm totally kidding there. But in a new video, Hoskinson tells his 119,000 subscribers, we have more than him, that he's looking at Kiva, a platform that allows borrowers across 77 countries to secure microloans as an inspiration for Cardano's future. He says here that, and I think to myself, for the moment, I know that Cardano has truly made a difference and changed the world, is if I can open up an application just like I do Kiva at the moment, and I can have direct relationship with someone somewhere in the world who is not doing so well, can actually give them, not as a gift, not as charity, but a loan to them, and they pay me back, and I can do that again and again and again. I win more than I lose. That to me would be the success for Cardano. We talk a lot about the, the unbanked, right? But what about this one? Loan the unloaned. What about that? That's what that sounds like to me. So basically, he's saying that this mechanism has a great chance to improve the lives of people everywhere out there that don't have access to things. And when you think about this, I'm going to get like a little philosophical here with you, okay? If you think of the world, okay, and you think of the collective number of ideas to benefit mankind and society, okay? And then you look at the clusters of socioeconomic status across the world. You look at, obviously, parts of China, not most of China, but parts of China. You look at the United States. You look at hubs in Europe. And you say, okay, wow, all of these places, generally people that live there will have the money needed to launch some of these great ideas. But then you look at Africa. You look at South America. You look at some of Southeast Asia. And you say, wow, some great ideas could be there, but the people just lack the financial standing to be able to launch their ideas, to turn them into reality. Because, TJ, what is the hardest thing about an idea?
To make it happen.
Make it happen. Everybody's got ideas.
Yeah, I always say ideas are cheap. Execution is what pays.
Yeah. So when you think about being able to unbank the unbanked and being able to loan the unloaned, if you will, we could see a lot more ideas. And the whole idea is when we say bank the unbanked, right? You have so much of the population, billions of people that are not involved in the world economic system, the world financial system, because they simply don't have access to those. But if you can bring all of that collective consciousness in, if you will, and bring all of the ideas to the forefront that could benefit mankind, like we could see a lot of wealth transferring in different parts of the world that didn't have before. And in doing so, you continue to improve the overall financial ecosystem of the world, if that makes sense.
Real quick, just to come to Charles' defense a little bit, somebody in there said Charles will take all your money and disappear, Al Johnson. That has not shown to be true throughout history. Out of all the founders of Ethereum, he's the only one who didn't take the founder payout. All the rest of them did take your money and kind of dip out. So, I mean, he's been very consistently shown to be his actions consistent with his words. I would say.
If you think Charles Hoskinson is going to take your money and run, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Period. Like what that is, that's FUD. That makes no sense. There's nothing in his history to indicate that.
No.
Like he's front and center more than any other founder. Vitalik don't come on the show. Gavin Wood, I would love to do dual haircuts with him. We'll have Jasmine cut our hair together. I'll bring him in the studio. Gavin, where you at? Out there with Moloch, I guess. I don't know. Oh gosh. Getting in a little trouble there. But just kidding, Gavin. I'd love for you to come get your haircut with me. But Charles, he comes on the show. He talks. He is probably, out of all of the major founders, he's the most accessible.
Yeah.
So how could you possibly? What kind of idiotic statement is that?
I think he's very authentic.
People are so dumb sometimes.
And I feel like he gets a really bad rap. I don't understand why he gets.
He's hostile. He can be hostile.
Yeah, but
Charles Hoskinson.
He gets attacked. I feel like for no reason. And
he does.
I like him.
I love him. Yeah. I love him. Frankly, he does get attacked. Wow. Believe it or not, people getting false accusations and being attacked, and they're doing good things. Can't relate. No idea. No idea. Can't relate to that one.
All right.
No clues.
Sorry for the sidebar. But.
Yeah. Cardano could reach billions of users, according to Charles Hoskinson. He mentions BlackBerry, MySpace, and Netscape to make his point about the fragility of Ethereum as a leader. Things change, and they change very quickly in technology, so have some patience and understanding on where we're going. Hoskinson points out, no one was really willing to write on Windows in 2000 simply because they liked Bill Gates and Microsoft. Instead, it was their operating system of choice because of the network effect. However, he also noted that no one in the industry has so far managed to build a sustainable model for decentralized applications that can be used by everyone in the long term. And that's why we're still in a dogfight to see, who this is going to be and what this is going to be. If the goal is rampant speculations, Ponzi schemes, no real use case and utility, and no ability to scale to millions and billions of people, I want nothing to do with that. Let's check out the Cardano ecosystem. Here is a chain. So basically, over the weekend, I saw a little bit of this. Maybe that guy was from Ghost Chain, because there's like some FUD from Ghost Chain. It was like something on Twitter that was going on. In an attempt to shut down his critics, IOHK CEO Charles Hoskinson, which that's the company behind Cardano, the tech company, published the map of the ecosystem. And I thought this was pretty cool. I mean, you wonder what's going on with Cardano, and you really start to see like, wow, there's a lot going on in this ecosystem already. Obviously, you have your core organizations up here. You have your exchanges that it's on. You have your oracles. Then you have deployments. Beef Chain. The Beef Chain founder, I will tell you, was very upset that the Beef Chain logo was not larger on this ecosystem map. That was on Twitter. Some people may have seen that. He literally was talking about that.
That's funny.
But check this out, guys. DeFi and markets, Bondly. You guys know Bondly. I know it's kind of hard to see. It's very pixelated here. But Bondly on the Cardano ecosystem. So you guys can see it's building a lot. And look at this. Education and BC Labs, University of Illinois. If only they could bring the University of Chicago Loyola into the ecosystem, that would be great. If you didn't know, they upset Illinois in the NCAA tournament, which I have not been watching at all. This is the first time in my whole life I haven't watched the NCAA tournament. College basketball is so lame now. I'm sorry. It just is.
I feel like
who knows who plays college basketball anymore?
I feel like it's been pretty lame, ever since they started going. Well, I guess they still make them play a year in college, but everybody knows
the one and done rule destroyed college basketball.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate it. It's not entertaining me. You never know. Every year you have no idea who any of the players are, and I hate that. So I think they should either make them play 2 years or either not make them play at all. That's the better solution. So just send them straight to the NBA. We can get that watered down NBA too. So Hawks, by the way, Atlanta Hawks, they won 8 games in a row.
Yeah, new coach.
New coach, baby. Let's go. Atlanta Hawks, we're coming at you. I'm excited about that. We got season tickets for next year. Okay, let's talk about the last thing here. This is why digital artists, let's talk about XRP first, then we'll get into the NFT stuff. SEC says that XRP is fundamentally different than Bitcoin and Ethereum as legal battle with Ripple intensifies. And let's take a quick look here at the XRP chart. See, against the dollar. Let's see what they're looking at here. Let's go to the 1-day chart here. Okay. So basically, it definitely looks like it is breaking out here. February 1st.
Yeah, good time for a breakout, and then Ripple
look right
Labs
there.
to dump on you, I guess.
Look at that. Now, I'm going to make a bold prediction here. You love my bold XRP predictions.
I just hate XRP, so.
He hates XRP.
It doesn't matter what you say next. I'm not going to like it.
He hates XRP so much. I don't hate XRP. I mean, it decentralizes whatever, but I'm not like anti like any coin really that I can think of. Can I? Do you think of any coins that I really hate? I like it when my people make money. That's what it is. I like it when my people make money. Like people have been upset with me before. This is why you guys may know the crypto vigilante douche that has the Telegram channel. He loves like anything BitBoy he can put out. Blah, blah, blah. The guy's an idiot. They got upset with me because I made the statement. I said, I don't really care if a project is around in 5 or 10 years from now. All I care about is during this market cycle, if it has the potential to make money for my people, for the BitSquad. I'm all about you guys doing well and you guys making money. I care much more about that than anything else. So whatever my personal feelings are about XRP and it being centralized and, I've owned it, not owned it, whatever. Like, I don't really care. Brad Garlinghouse, I'd have him on the channel. I don't care. I think Jed McCaleb, there's some weird stuff with him, I think, for sure, who's not involved in it that much anymore. But the thing is, go ahead.
No, that's exactly why I was going to say I don't like it. Not necessarily. I mean, I don't like it personally for the centralization and some of that kind of stuff. But also, I feel like a lot of people buy it thinking it's good to make money with, and then they end up stuck in it for a really long time because the price dumps, and then they miss out on other opportunities.
Outside of the SEC lawsuit that's wrecked it, what's different from it than any other coin during the bear market?
It's just the supply and the constant sell-off. I mean, it just never...
Well, during the bear market, people were getting dumped on by Ripple for sure.
Yeah, I think if you just look at XRP's history, people are almost always getting dumped on it. There's a few really tight windows where it pumps like crazy, and if you're in
it was the number one moneymaker in 2017.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And if you
For
were
a whole
in it
year.
and then it's been one of the best losers ever since.
It has been. It has been.
And so if you don't really know what you're doing, you got to be really careful with it. And I feel like a lot of new people look at it and,
well, not now. But,
they get not now, but for a long time they get suckered in. Even still now. Now it's Doge. Everybody knows. Everybody's into Doge.
No, now you hate Doge.
And I don't hate it. Same kind of thing. I just feel like a lot of people lose money with it. If you get
you get in at the wrong time.
If you get in low, and then you sell it every time it gets to 8 or 10 cents, you're probably in good shape. But
we did see for sure the XRP army is more cultish than most. Yes. And I was thinking, we don't see a lot of the super duper cults anymore outside the Bitcoin maximalists. You really have seen a wider variety of coins that people like to invest in rather than it used to just be kind of like you get in one and you stay in that one and you pump it. Now, people show a little more diversity in the market, I think.
They like Frank in the background. Wave Frank.
Oh, God.
Yeah. We got a new guy here.
Somebody said, look at TJ's boyfriend's replacing the social distance. Respecting the social distance.
Yeah.
No. Frank is our new video guy. So Mike is still here, too. So we're bringing on additional video guys. He's testing. He may not be. Sorry, Frank. I don't mean to be too frank with you, but you're on test period. Yeah. Okay, you need to know that. But the fact is, guys, let's wrap all this back around. Okay, what I'm saying, you can show the chart here. I care about you guys making money, and if I thought you guys could make money on XRP and it would be a good investment, I would tell you that. Right now, looking since February, and this would have been about the time they cut off trading, I believe, right? Or was that the second pump that they had there?
That's probably that giant blood diamond right there.
What?
That huge drop? No, before.
No, it was on this day. I think this was the day that it dropped because it got up to a big price. I can't remember whatever day they suspended trading, but it had a huge drop. But you guys can look here, and you guys can see that clearly there is a breakout going on down here with XRP. And so what I was getting around with my bold prediction here is that I would be willing to bet that right now there is something going on behind the scenes with this, and we're going to get probably an answer on this case very soon. I think probably around the time that Coinbase goes public. I think by next month we will see something here.
Yep.
During a hearing in the SEC's case against Ripple, in which the regulatory agency accused the digital payments firm of illegally selling unauthorized securities in the form of XRP, legal counsel Jorge Terrero argues that XRP is dissimilar to the two large cap crypto assets, which have already been cleared by the SEC. And basically the story is that Bitcoin and Ethereum are too decentralized at this point. There's too many people that own it. Meanwhile, when it gets to Ripple Labs, they own too much. They own more than half of the supply. And they even admitted, like TJ said, they did admit that during the bear market, they were forced to dump coins that they owned in order to remain profitable to get to the bull market. And I thought the XRP would be one of the biggest gainers in this bull market, just like the previous market. You couldn't have possibly anticipated that this was coming. I mean, you maybe could have anticipated, like a lot of people thought that it was a possibility, but I don't think anybody actually thought that the SEC was going to go after Ripple at this point, considering they had all the time in the world to do it. So, just something to keep in mind, guys, is that things can change quick in this space. And right now, when you're looking at the chart, it looks very good. And you got to wonder, is there something behind this that we don't know about? It's back up to 59 cents. The high was 77 cents. So it could be making an all-time high pretty soon and bouncing up out. So I don't know. Guys, you can, by the way, if you are interested in longing or shorting XRP, you can do that on Bybit. You guys can trade that if you would like. Last story of the day, we've been talking a lot about NFTs. Beeple is the number 3 richest artist in the world now after selling one freaking NFT. So why digital artist Beeple thinks we might be in the bubble. Very, very apropos for the richest NFT artist to tell you it's in a bubble now.
Yeah.
Right?
Mr. Eron said that too when he was reading the story.
Beeple, come on the show. Come visit the studio. You just live in South Carolina. Come on over here to ATL. And
Steven would freak.
Steven would freak?
This is his all-time favorite artist, even before he ever knew anything about crypto. He's been following Beeple for 3+ years.
Really?
He did 3 papers in school on him, yeah.
Here's the church. Here is the steeple. Open it up. Here's the Beeple. Should we?
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Okay. To be quite honest, this is not something that I saw coming. This guy cracks me up. It has just been overwhelming. You think you made $93 million. Or was it 93? Or was it set? Can't remember what it was.
A lot of millions.
A lot of millions. No, I think it was 69 million.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, because it was 63 or 60, and then the fee was like $6 million. Every part of me looks at this and says, this is insane. I always thoughted, wow, he thoughted. And very impressive. Second typo on the show today. I always thought there will be some attention paid to it. I did not think it would be this quick or this much. Comparing NFTs to the early days of the internet, Beeple said, I like how we call him Beeple. Like, that's his name. Like, what's his real name? Does anybody know?
Yeah, it's really generic. I forget.
2 first names? Love it if he had 2 first names. Is that in the article, I wonder? I really want to find out if he has 2 first names.
Mike Winkleman.
Oh, Mike Winkleman. I like that last name, though. Winkleman. That's a good one. Comparing NFTs to the early days of the internet, Beeple said the technology is exciting. However, he highlighted how at the time a lot of bubbles were created, speculation, hype. Beeple believes that NFTs will be technologies that will be integrated into many use cases in many people's lives. He celebrated the participation in his auction. I bet he did. So, guys, this is what I'll say. I would say that are NFTs in a bubble? I would say that you cannot look, in my opinion, at NFTs as a whole as a bubble, okay? You're going to have a lot of individual ecosystems and communities that develop their own little bubbles within that. Could there be an NBA Top Shot bubble? Yes. But if, Lady Gaga, for instance, comes out with her own NFT line for her followers, will that in any way be affected by NBA Top Shots? No. It will only have to do with the ferocity of her audience to get her in her NFTs. Because I don't think, and I could be wrong, I don't think there's a huge crossover between NBA fans and Lady Gaga fans. Maybe so. I don't know. But I think that's what we're going to see. Like, we saw it with our own NFTs. Like, they come in cycles, they come in waves. But I would say differentiate between investing in the blockchain, different cryptocurrencies that are in this space, Chiliz, Eternity, Ecomi, Engine, Wax, and then I'm telling you, there's another one, Eureka, you're going to want to pay attention to. That's Ureeqa. That's another one I'm invested in, by the way. Do want to get that out front. Don't want to just throw it out there like that. We are investing in that one, but I think that's going to be another really, really big one as well. That's why we're invested in it. So you're definitely going to want to pay attention to a lot of these coins. The actual prices of the NFTs themselves will go in bubbles and waves, but I think right now we're just seeing the beginning of these blockchains in terms of crypto prices and things like that. I think these chains will continue to do really well. People will be super interested in them. So let me know what you think. Drop your comments down below. If you like NFTs, if you want to see more videos on NFTs, make sure to smash that like button for us so we know that you like that. Guys, it's been a good show today. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Hope you have a very good day today. So that's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.